picking up from your vibe. You know, I don't see how he can in the next 2-3 years compete with what Fireboy's album or what Joe Boy or what Kiss Daniel or what any of his or any of these young guys decide to come up with in the end. You know, I'm hearing this trend over and over because I really want to know what folks who like the
To
album,
be
but
to
everybody
be
comes back
very
to that.
to be
So
very honest with you, I honestly, yes, they've been weak lyrical moments on the album, and I think I've made it very clear the song that I don't like on the album. But I honestly have to give him way more credit than we're doing right now, because there were some songs where, like, again, the bar has been set quite low for him, and I'll admit that. But there were many instances that I really saw him progress, either through a story or just through, like, just sheer shock value. Look at a song like "Are You There?" Like, the song just gets better and better. Like, those verses were were so exciting to go back to. Like, the part where he runs about, like, going into a club and wanting to hear, or wanting to spend his money, and people are judgmental against him, and he's like, oh, but Buhari too, like, I don't see any money from that Buhari's thing. And then he kind of like weaves into social justice into a club banger, which I thought he weaved it so brilliantly. Like, you didn't even notice that this man was shifting the subject matter away from going to the club and having a good time to, like, to be noticing some of the issues in society, and something political in there. And I'm like, bro, like, I think there were definitely highlights and moments. And, like, Calm Down was an entire story. As juvenile as it might be, it's a cutesy, like, meet cute, like, oh baby, I wanna like get to know you type thing. And he elaborates that story very well on 3 verses. Like, if you follow through the song, like, this is super intentional, like, writing. Like, he was quite intentional. Not to even talk about the raunchy songs. The raunchy songs showed some creativity there too. Like, the level of detail he went on Soundgasm, the aspect of even, like,
Yes.
changing it to
To
whisper in
whisper.
that particular pocket. Like, bro, like, they were definitely intentional and lyrical moments too to take out of the album. I don't think it was a narrative that I pulled away from the album saying, oh, he was lazy. I just saw the lazy moments as outliers, to be very honest. I thought every other song was quite intentional. Like, Runaway. Think about Runaway, bro. Like, that was a beautiful story there. There was a beautiful story about eloping and someone that was broke. Someone that was broke and wasn't able to win the interest of a girl, and had these hurdles thrown at them for their relationship, and he just wants to run away and elope with her. Like, bro, like, there's a beautiful story there. Like, lyrically speaking, like, he was quite intentional, is what I'm saying. I don't think the
I think,
narrative
yeah, I
I don't
think
think the
like
narrative
yeah,
of the entire album was being lazy stands for
yeah.
me. Like, yeah,
I
but
think it's just like with the arrangement again, because it's like because you have so many love tracks back to back, and
yeah,
it's like maybe those are the tracks you're not really putting like too much like emphasis on like lyricism. It just gives that perception of like, oh, you're not good with lyrics. But
yeah,
he
I think
has like a
perception
lot of
is it is what it is. You said it right,
yeah,
perception. Yeah, I think the
no,
perception
but
might
also
be there.
no. So say this thing right. Actually, this I don't think it's a perception thing, right? Like, and this is why Rema confuses me. Like, I'm actually, and this is genuinely conversation for all of us that have questions. I have questions because maybe someone can enlighten me. I wish maybe there's somebody from maybe that has or anybody that has witnessed a Rema session, right? Like, the guy genuinely confuses me because it's like it's almost like it's not like he doesn't know how to not sing that way that he always does, but then there's a lot of cases where he's almost like maybe the intentionality is that he's intentionally singing that way. Maybe that is actually what he's being intentional about. Because, like, you hear a record like FYN, you hear a record like Soundgasm, you hear a record like Are You There? You hear a record like Runaway. He's being very, very he's being great with his words. He's not using the same vocabulary. These are vocabularies that we've not even heard before. Do you get, like, it's very great. It's crazy ideas. And then you hear the run of tracks from Joe to Mari to Carrie to Mara to
Man,
Carrie to Roma Baby. And it's like is the same dictionary for all those 4 songs. So it's
I
like
think
it's almost like it's
I
almost
just
like which one is the intentionality part? Is it like how does he actually do it? So, like, is he stuck sometimes creative wise,
I
or
think
is
it's
he
a
just intentionally doing that?
I think it's a case by case thing. Some songs evoke more intentionality lyrically than others. Others are like superly, like just driven by the vibes. And the easier you are on the lyrics or on the wordiness of the album, just the easier it is for people to digest. Like a song like Joe, I don't want him to be telling a super detailed story on that kind of song. Like I won't be paying attention. You know what I mean? But a song like Calm Down, like it's quite slow and tender to the point where yes, like I can vibe, I can dance to it, but there's a story there. Do you know what I mean? Like,